Hello again, folks. So, over the weekend, I helped a buddy of mine move a desk. He calls up and says, I have a favor to ask. And so my first response is, great. What do I got to do? But of course, I said, sure. And I go downtown and I help him out. And as we're getting the desk off the elevator, and it's this big old desk, as we're lifting it off the elevator and getting it into place, I it started to dawn on me that I was having a great time. I couldn't figure out why. I was like, this is such a pain in the butt. I gotta haul this desk. I gotta deal with all this stuff. But I was enjoying it. And on the way home, I realized that, you know, it's such a treat to be able to help someone out. It's such a treat to have a buddy who, needs a favor from me. And that's so counter to how I grew up. It's so different than how I always thought. I always thought you had to do it all on your own. That asking for help was some sort of weakness. But, the truth of the matter is, when you ask somebody to do you a favor, you're giving them a chance to show you that they care for you. And deep down, people want to do that, I think. If I'd learned how to ask for help earlier on, I would have avoided an awful lot of hardship down the road. So, anywho, here ends Silk's lesson for the day. So let's talk about stamps. And I have a mail day today that I am incredibly excited about. This was an auction win from a few weeks ago. It took a while to arrive in the mail, and it did today. And I've been looking forward to coming down here and opening it and showing it to you all, of course. Before I do, I wanted to mention that Mrs. Silk happened to see a recent video in which I talked about my new plan to collect one of every United States stamp. Asterisk, asterisk. And she had some questions about this new effort of mine, and they were good questions. And so I am going to share with you some of the answers that I gave her. And it's a way of explaining a little bit more of what I have in mind for this little adventure of mine. So this is my Davo album, which I have showcased on the channel before. I'll put a link in the description so you can see it. What I have done is I have gone through my Davo number 1, and I have removed any stamp after 1930 that was not mint never hinged. My goal is to collect one of every stamp, fill the spot in this book for every stamp. From 1930 on, it will be mint never hinged. From 1900 until 1930, it will be mint. And then before 1900, I am going to just try to collect one of every one. Asterisk, asterisk. Now, I did not start from scratch. I have gone through my collection and I have taken all of the mint never hinged ones that I already had for those time period. And I have also kept in place the ones like these. These are not mint never hinged, but they're prior to 1930. So I have kept them in place. So I'm not starting over in this effort. I am, however, trying to complete a collection of every single United States stamp with a couple of big exceptions. The first exception is this one. Actually, probably some of those grills too. This one. These are, $90,000 stamps. I'm never going to get that one. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to cover up two of these spots with a double of the number 7 is my thought at this point. The second thing I'm going to say is, and there are some incredibly expensive stamps. I might not, get some of the very expensive stamps. We shall see. The second thing I was going to say is I'm going to try to complete from complete the Davo set. The Davo albums don't have all of the different minor variations, so I'm not going after some of the extremely rare minor variations. I'm just trying to complete the books that I have. And what I currently have are these, or is this one. And then I have, which I showed on an earlier opening, I have 2 and 3. Now, I went through this one that I showed earlier. It turns out virtually none of them were mint never hinged, unfortunately. And so I have taken all of the stamps out of these. These are completely empty now. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm starting my effort, is with a partially completed number 1 with some very nice stamps in it, empty 2 and 3, and then I do not have 4 and 5. And I will be keeping track by putting the dollars spent somewhere on the screen. There is where I currently am. Just to give you a sense of how I'm doing. All right, so I hope that explains what my adventure is all about. And I hope that helps with Mrs. Silk's concerns about trying to find every single United States stamp there is. With that goal in mind, I found this. And I am pretty pleased. I think I got a tremendous deal on this. I will say that I bought it from a stamp seller. So this is what they were willing to sell it for, which means I am sure it's probably what it's worth. But to me, I think I got a great deal. It could also be the case where they had inventory they wanted to part with. You never know. But they sold this as a lot, and I am very pleased with it. Very well packaged. Thank you to the seller for that. Oh, they put some goodies in. I like that. Thank you for that. That's nice. Look at that. That's very sweet. And there you go. That is fantastic. Look at those stamps. Gosh, they are absolutely pristine. So these are official issues. These are official stamps from the War Department in 1873. And the seller listed them as partially mint, partially used. So I'm going to have to go through. Look at this nice little package. Isn't that great? I'm going to have to go through and, whoa, look at that. What a great eBayer. That's so nice. Look at this. Just a little bonus package. I love it. Look at those. That's really sweet of them to do that. What a nice little stamps. Very cool. Makes me wonder if this is a seller that's just getting out of the business or what, but that's very nice. Or they're just a wonderful human being. I love it. That's really sweet of them. Very nice. So, back to the war issues. So, if you know anything about official issues, you'll know that the newer stamp or the new stamps are very nice. Meaning that they've got high catalog value. And as I look at this, I mean, the 90 cent is absolutely pristine. A little bit cut perf, but it's new. That's new. They mentioned they thought several were used, but I'm seeing that one's used and that one's used. That has a little bit of a thin on it. And then a specimen stamp. I don't have many specimen stamps. So that would have been a stamp that was sent to a post office so that they could evaluate or gauge whether others that they received were legitimate or were forgeries, so they could compare against the specimen. And so therefore, that's a little bit more rare. Oh, very cool. These are lovely stamps. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these out and then and get my book, and I'll look at the back and see what I find. I gotta tell you, this has absolutely made my day. What a great eBay. Lovely note, big stack of extra stamps, and then the stamps themselves are in phenomenal shape, especially this 10. This 10 is almost perfect. There is a little bit of disturbed gum that I guess could be a hinge remnant or from a hinge, but it almost looks never hinged. What a great set. And now I can, they will find a home in my album. Thoroughly pleased. And there you go. And I have to say, I'm a little confused. I knew when I bought this lot that it was a special lot, and I knew that official stamps, especially new ones, have a high catalog value. But the seller is a stamp seller. They specialize in stamps, so clearly I assume they know more than I do when it comes to selling stamps, because I buy stamps. I don't sell them. But judging by a quick look at the old Scott catalog, this set is very expensive, and I think I got a really good deal. and now I feel a bit bad because the seller was so kind. I mean, they put a nice note and they sent some extras. But boy, oh boy, some of these stamps. I mean, all told, this collection has a catalog value with a comma in it. You know what I mean? So somebody fill me in. I must be missing something. But otherwise, I feel like I have jump-started my Collect Every USA stamp with a really great mail day. And so, yeah, there you go. I hope you're excited about this journey. I am. I know I'm going to learn a lot about United States stamps that I don't already know. And it's going to be a good time. So if you like today's video, please go ahead and like it and do subscribe to the channel. It means a great deal to me. Until next time, take care.